Hey, this is Double Negative, a Polaroid podcast by Will Malone, with your host, me, the titular Will Malone. In this episode, I'm talking about the Polaroid Flip. Let's just get right to it. Okay, I'm on the road today. I'm driving to Tennessee. I'm actually in Tennessee now. And along the way, I've been shooting a lot of photos with my Polaroid Flip. And I gotta say, I love this camera. I love it. I love it. Let me give you a few reasons why. Number one, look at it. Look at that. It just looks so good. And it's flips out. It's just so easy. And then you just shoot and it works. And the exposure's good. The exposure is so stable. I haven't done a shot-by-shot comparison. I'm sure I will do it in a future video. But I have a feeling that this auto is better than the auto on my Polaroid i2. So again, I'm not gonna die on that hill, but I feel it. I feel like it is, okay? But don't hold me to that. We'll find out for sure here soon. Here's another reason I like this camera. It is the easiest Polaroid camera to use in the whole lineup. And I did not realize this was such a problem for Polaroid cameras. And I don't know if I'd say a problem. I'm still a huge fan of Polaroid cameras, but the Polaroid Now Plus, I couldn't hand it to somebody and expect them to have an enjoyable experience. In fact, I did hand it to somebody who didn't have a lot of experience with Polaroid film, and a lot of the shots were just blown out because the exposure's all wonky on that camera. Same with the Polaroid i2. The Polaroid i2, especially when it first came out, extremely finicky camera. There's no fiddling with this camera. There's no fiddling at all. You just flip it open and it works. Okay, sorry, it's too windy outside. My apologies if the audio is a little finicky in this episode. We don't have the safety of my nice small wooden office that we normally have because we're on the road. This could be a fairly disorganized episode, so we're just gonna bear with me here. Before we go on to talk more about what I love about this camera, let's go to nitpick corner here. And a small nitpick with this camera has to do with driving, actually, which is it doesn't want me to shoot photos while driving. And you say, Will, that is actually a feature, not a bug, because it's unsafe to Polaroid and drive. And I would argue it might be unsafe for you, maybe, but I have a semi-large portfolio of Polaroids that I have shot while driving. And the Polaroid i2, I complained about the LiDAR in the last episode and how it doesn't always shoot through glass. This camera uses sonar. So it suffers from the same problem. I've learned that the hard way. But it almost suffers from that problem worse than the LiDAR, I think, because this won't let me shoot a photo while driving at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold up. Disorganized episode. I'm driving down this road. I'm fully stopped now. Shouldn't be stopped. This is a curvy road. This oversized load vehicle has blocked my path and told me to stop because I assume something large is gonna show up here in a second and take up the entire road. So I guess pause for a second on the Polaroid Flip review. Hold, please. While we're waiting for this, I'll just show you some Polaroids I shot. Here are some from my birthday weekend, this past weekend. Went out to dinner, wandered around town, and I just shot some snapshots, which is very easy to do with this camera. Almost too easy to do with this camera, if I'm being totally honest. I feel like I'm not able to make my best work with this camera yet because it's just too buttery smooth. I feel like I'm shooting with an iPhone almost. That's the kind of level of simplicity this camera offers in shooting photos. So it just encourages more snapshots. I would say my work, especially with the Polaroid i2, happens to be more about abstracts, double exposures, trying to make, yes, for lack of a better word, art, trying to make art out of that camera. And this doesn't, at least yet, hasn't necessarily encouraged me to make art, quote unquote, but rather it encourages snapshots. And so here are some Polaroids I shot on this very drive that I'm on right now that I think are pretty cool, of just things off the side of the road that I happened to see that I thought were worth photographing. Oh, here we go. Oh boy. Here we go. This is what we were waiting for. It's a house. It's a house. Okay, they want me to go now. Yeah, it's a mobile home on this curvy mountain road. That's nuts that you would try to drive that through this road. I'd sooner just risk the interstate than try to drive a house on this road. Now, some of the Polaroids I have shot with it, you'll notice, are very red. They're very red-ish, orangey, and that's simply because of a bad habit that I've picked up throughout the winter, which is when it's cold, your Polaroids may turn green. And so when it's wintertime and I'm shooting Polaroids, I quickly take the Polaroid and put it in my pocket. And I did that with these, except today, it's 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees outside, it's super warm. So I gotta break this winter habit and quit jamming it in the pocket of my black jeans on an 80-degree day because I'm just making them bright red or purplish. So that's on me. That's why they're red. It's more a film formulation issue than a Polaroid Flip issue. As far as focusing with this camera, extremely fast. So basically the way it works is it has 4 lenses that it switches through. And based on how close an object is, it selects the best lens for the job. And you would think that would be really slow. You would think that would be kind of whack. But it actually works pretty well. It's kind of noisy. It makes a weird grinding sound. At first I thought it was busted, but that's just it doing its work. Also this strap, it comes with a strap, which the i2 comes with like a hand strap, but that hand strap's terrible and it always would fall off. And so I eventually put my own neck strap on. I'm a neck strap guy, or I don't like the short neck strap. I like a long strap because I wrap it around my hand. And this one came with a decent one. So I can use this strap, Polaroid. I appreciate it. Oh. A shoe. Interesting. I also love the price. The price is only $200. Now, again, I don't know how tariffs are involved in that. I actually don't know where this is manufactured, so maybe that price will change eventually. I don't know. I don't know how that'll work with Polaroid. I don't know what their plan is there. But $200 when the Now Plus is $150, and quite honestly, this is just a way better camera. You're gonna get more enjoyment out of this. I would say spend the extra $50 to get this camera. No question in my mind. You'll be happier with the results. It'll work better. It'll be smoother. And it has more of that retro Polaroid feel. Like I said, sonar focusing seems actually a little more finicky than the LiDAR on the i2 that I complained about in my last video about my first impressions on this, which is funny. A lot of people did message me and were like, yo, so sonar actually can't shoot through glass either. I got it, guys. I figured that out the hard way, I guess. This is why my office is so great. Same setup every time. Consistency, it's wonderful. Okay, there we go. There's some better light. Perfect. Okay, back to nitpick corner. The only settings to change are these 2 buttons. I don't know if you can see, but there's a button and then a flash button. So this button, this top button, switches modes. So if I quickly double tap it, it'll go to double exposure mode. Okay, great, perfect, that's what I want. Double tap it again, and it turns off double exposure mode. Press it once, then it's a self-timer, okay? Then double tap it, double exposure. So you it's kind of on you to memorize how many times to press the button for what setting, because there's only one button. There's not like a dial to switch through digital icons on a screen like there are in the i2, where you can easily see which mode you're selecting. In this, you just kind of have to know double tap for double exposure, single tap for self-timer. I don't know, what if I do it 3 times? It does nothing. Okay, so maybe those are my only 2 other modes. With the app, if you connect it to the app, I'm sure you have a plethora of other modes, but I hate shooting photos anywhere near an app. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm in camera only, baby. It's the only way to live. Okay, another nitpick corner. Another thing that I think will annoy some people, but overall I don't think it's that big of a problem, is that after every shot, the flash does turn back on. So if you want to shut the flash off for multiple photos, you have to remember to turn it off in between shots, which can be a problem for some people. I come to this camera understanding that we have a deal. And the deal is that this camera is dumb as far as like a computer-y way. Like, it's not a smart camera. It's a simple, dumb camera. And that's the deal we've made. With the i2, I have higher expectations, right? I expect it to memorize every setting I have put in. I expect it to do all these things, remember things about what I've told it to do. But this I don't think of that way. I have less strings attached on this thing. And so I've also accidentally shot with the flash when I didn't realize the flash had turned itself back on, and it was fine. It was fine. This camera's smart enough to know, I believe, how much flash is too much flash. It knows how to expose properly. I trust it with its exposure, which is a new thing for a Polaroid camera. I just let the flash go most of the time, quite honestly, and it works fine. And there's only a couple shots, like this one in our hotel room last weekend, when I wanted this picture of my wife in shadow specifically, and I turned the flash off for that photo. And then when I wanted her to break through in this double exposure, I turned the flash back on. So, you know, that's on me to remember that. But as soon as you take this flap and you close it, this camera forgets everything about anything you've told it, anything it's done that day. Think of the movie Memento. That's this camera. This camera is Guy Pearce in Memento. Okay, one last stop on this ride. If you are a long time, or not even that long, but if you've watched Double Negative in the past, I bet you can guess where I'm going to shoot a Polaroid next. All right, here we are. And yeah, we're gonna shoot some reclaimed green. Okay. I don't know where to put it. Okay. Let's go down here. Beautiful out here today. Somebody left their flashlight. Great part about reclaimed green film is that it can't turn red when it's hot outside. So there's that. Oh. A dead tree. I wonder where that came from. Huh. Kind of looks like it was one of these cypress trees out here. Maybe not. I don't know. Interesting. The lighting is not the best today, I gotta say. Gotta say that. Let's just, wrap this up. I'm just gonna say, go get yourself a Polaroid Flip if you're in the market for an instant film camera. It's great as far as price. i2, while you can find them used for like $360 or whatever, you know, unless you're an insane person like me or like a nerd or a deep enthusiast in instant film, you're probably not gonna want an i2. You'll get along just fine with this. If I'm being honest with you, you could hand me this or an i2 and I'd be perfectly happy either way. Yeah, sure, I'd like the custom, more manual i2 stuff. I like that camera, I like using it, and I will continue to use my camera. But if this is all I had, I'd be fine. And I would honestly probably be able to shoot just about the same kind of photos with it. One thing I know people are gonna ask is how sharp is the lens compared to the i2? And now I'm not invested a ton in sharpness with a Polaroid camera. I feel like that misses the point of a Polaroid camera. But definitely the i2 and the SX70 is sharper, but not by so much that it's a noticeable big deal. This camera holds its own very well in the lens department, and really in every department. It's just a really good camera, and I really like it. And you know, I can, without caveat, without disclaimer, recommend it to anyone. Okay, so I think that's it for this one. We'll definitely be talking more about the Polaroid Flip in the future. I'm going on a big road trip, I'm traveling, I'll be taking it with me. So you'll get more stuff as the months go by. But for now, you can go sign up for my Substack, my weekly free newsletter, the Double Negative Dispatch. Link is in the description. You can also like this video and subscribe to this channel if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And go ahead to Instagram, follow me at Will Malone, follow my Polaroid Instagram account at Everyday Instant. And yeah, I think that's all. I think that's it. I'm really hot, I'm sweating. I'm almost out of film. I need to go buy some more, maybe at Target, I don't know. I didn't have as much at home as I thought I did. And yeah, I will see you again very soon.